Cutting through the heart of East Africa, between Kenya's renowned Masai Mara and the vast plains of Tanzania's Serengeti, flows a river both revered and feared, the Mara. At first sight, its waters appear tranquil, quietly reflecting the sky above and the open savanna beyond. Yet this calm surface disguises a far harsher truth. Each year, driven by the ancient rhythm of migration, thousands of animals are compelled to enter these waters in search of fresh grazing lands. It is one of the most dangerous moments of their journey. Beneath the moving current, unseen hunters remain perfectly still, waiting with remarkable patience for opportunity to present itself. In the Mara, there is no margin for error. A single wrong step can seal an animal's fate. Every crossing unfolds as a dramatic contest between instinct and danger, where strength, timing, and resilience determine survival. Here, risk is constant and unavoidable. Hidden below the surface, danger remains silent and ever-present, reminding all who approach that in the natural world. Survival is never guaranteed, only earned. As dawn breaks over the African plains, the rising sun casts a warm golden light across grass still heavy with morning dew. Life stirs in every direction. Across this vast landscape, countless animals press forward, guided by instincts shaped over millennia, compelled to seek new feeding grounds after the seasonal rains. Yet beneath this serene beauty lies a constant struggle, where survival depends on every step taken. Across the open savanna, clouds of rust-colored dust swirl beneath the pounding hooves of immense zebra herds. Each year, these animals undertake an arduous journey of more than 800 kilometers, moving between Tanzania and Kenya toward the northern reaches of their range. Their path leads inevitably to the Mara River, a deep channel cutting through the grasslands, a natural barrier fraught with danger. Zebras reaching lengths of over 2 meters and weighing as much as 300 kilograms are instantly recognizable by their bold black and white stripes. These patterns serve critical functions, helping regulate body heat under the intense sun, disrupting visual focus to confuse predators and reducing irritation from biting insects. No two individuals share the same stripe pattern, allowing foals to recognize their mothers within the dense, moving herd. As grazing animals, zebras are not equipped with claws or sharp teeth. Instead, they rely on speed, alertness, and the explosive power of their hind legs, capable of delivering kicks strong enough to deter even large predators. They live in structured social groups, typically led by a single stallion alongside several mares and their young. Within these tight formations, safety is found in numbers, offering protection against threats such as lions, hyenas, wild dogs, and crocodiles. After a gestation period of just over a year, a mare gives birth to a single foal. Remarkably, within minutes of birth, the newborn is able to stand and follow its mother, an essential ability in a world where danger is never far away. Despite this rapid development, fewer than half of all foals survive their first year, underscoring the relentless pressures of life on the plains. And so the herd advances, a moving tide of black and white crossing the sun-baked grasslands as it pushes steadily northward. Yet their greatest challenge still awaits. Ahead lies the Mara River, a place where the water conceals unseen threats, silent and unforgiving. At the river's edge, the surface appears deceptively calm, but beneath it glide enormous shapes barely visible in the murky depths. A crocodile, perfectly adapted for ambush, remains completely still only meters from the approaching zebras. With eyes just above the waterline, these ancient hunters wait patiently, conserving energy as they watch for a single mistake, one moment when vigilance falters. Suddenly, the zebras charge into the river. The stillness shatters as water explodes upward, and from below, a massive crocodile surges forward with terrifying force. Panic spreads through the herd as they race for the far bank, hooves churning the water into a froth of mud and foam. The encounter is brief, lasting only moments in the long existence of these ancient hunters. Beneath the fading ripples, the shadow disappears once more into the flow unseen, composed, and ready to strike again. At river crossings throughout the migration route, escape is far from guaranteed. Few animals manage to break free once seized by a crocodile's powerful jaws. These dominant predators of the Mara have changed little over more than 200 million years, remaining perfectly adapted to their deadly role in instilling fear in every herd that approaches the water. A fully grown crocodile can stretch beyond 5 meters in length and weigh well over 700 kilograms. Its body is protected by dense, armored scales, while keen eyes pierce the murky water with ease. When its jaws snap shut, they deliver an extraordinary bite force among the strongest recorded in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bone and holding prey with unstoppable strength. Stealth is the crocodile's greatest advantage. It can drift motionless for hours, blending seamlessly into the river like a fallen log. But when the moment arrives, immense muscles unleash explosive speed. In a fraction of a second, rows of hardened teeth secure the victim and drag it beneath the surface. A powerful rolling motion follows, designed to overwhelm and immobilize prey in the swirling water. Thanks to an exceptionally slow metabolism, crocodiles can survive for months without feeding. Their sensory systems are finely tuned to detect vibrations and sound, even when almost entirely submerged. During the Great Migration, these adaptations turn the Mara River into a prime hunting ground. In the breeding season, females construct nests along sandy riverbanks, laying between 24 and 80 eggs. For weeks, they stand guard. When the young finally hatch, the mother carefully lifts each hatchling in her jaws and carries it to the water's edge. Despite this care, few survive their early months, falling victim to predators including birds of prey, large lizards, and even other crocodiles. Those that reach adulthood, however, face little opposition. Apart from confrontations with aggressive hippos, Nile crocodiles exist near the top of the food chain. For millions of years, they have remained unchanged, silent sentinels of the river, motionless and watchful, waiting patiently at the heart of the Mara. The zebra herd that crossed the river the previous day now grazes quietly, heads lowered as they feed on fresh, tender grass. It appears to be a moment of calm, a brief pause after surviving a journey that balanced on the edge between life and death. But on the savannah, peace is rarely more than temporary, hidden within the tall grass. Golden figures have been watching since dawn. A lion, the embodiment of patience and precision, follows every movement of the herd without revealing its presence. Once again, tension settles over the plains. The distance between hunter and prey closes to just a few dozen meters. Then, without warning, the lionesses surge forward in perfect coordination. The chase is short. One zebra falls, its long migration ending in a heartbeat. For the pride, this loss becomes survival. They gather swiftly around the fallen animal. The adults feed first, while the cubs linger nearby, witnessing their earliest lesson in the unforgiving rules of nature. From the shadows, the haunting calls of hyenas echo across the grasslands. Their eyes shine in the dimming light as they circle at a cautious distance, waiting for opportunity. By nightfall, little will remain of the zebra beyond a pale skeleton, a silent testament to the savannah's relentless reality. Before long, the great migration will continue once more, carrying with it new challenges and unseen dangers. This is the rhythm of the wild, where life and death are inseparable. The zebra, marked by its timeless stripes, stands as a symbol of endurance, a traveler shaped by constant movement across an untamed world. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, the heat of the day loosens its grip on the land. Along the banks of the Mara River, the pride retreats to rest after the hunt. In the golden glow of evening, their social bonds come into clear view. The cubs, still faintly patterned with juvenile markings, tumble and chase one another, their playful behavior serving as practice for the lives ahead. Nearby, a lioness gently cleans the dust from her cub's coat, her watchful eyes softened by quiet care. Close by, two adult lions brush against one another, manes and bodies touching in a subtle display of trust. This contact is not merely affection. It reinforces the bonds that hold the pride together in a landscape defined by constant risk. In these rare moments of stillness, the savannah's most formidable hunters appear less like fearsome predators and more like a family. Here, true strength is revealed not only through power and precision, but through cooperation, loyalty, and shared purpose. It is this unity, this enduring connection that has allowed lions to remain among the most dominant and awe-inspiring predators the natural world has ever known. Within the Mara River, danger is never confined to a single predator. Beyond the hidden presence of crocodiles, another colossal force commands these waters, the hippopotamus, often regarded as the quiet ruler of Africa's rivers. From the dark, swirling current, an enormous form slowly surfaced. In the dimming light, red-tinged eyes fixed on a pride of lions approaching the river's edge. Lions dominate the open plains. Hippos control the waterway. Two realms, governed by different powers, collide at a narrow boundary where survival is constantly tested. Without warning, the standoff erupted into violence. The encounter was sudden, intense, and short-lived, ending without a decisive outcome. Yet along this volatile stretch of river, One truth is widely understood: armed with crushing jaws and an unpredictable temperament, hippos remain the uncontested guardians of the Mara. Reaching nearly 4 meters in length and supported by a massive, barrel-shaped body wrapped in skin several centimeters thick, hippos may appear slow-moving, but their strength is extraordinary. Their jaws can gape to almost 180 degrees, revealing tusks up to half a meter long. A single bite can deliver a force exceeding that of a lion, easily capable of breaking bone. Despite their size, hippos can charge across land at speeds approaching 30 kilometers per hour and remain underwater for several minutes, reinforcing their dominance both on land and in water. Unlike apex predators, hippos do not hunt. They are grazers, leaving the river under cover of darkness to consume up to 40 kilograms of grass each night. Yet their highly aggressive behavior and strong territorial instincts make them among the most dangerous animals in Africa. Any intruder, whether crocodile or lion, that strays too close risks a violent confrontation. During the breeding season, females carry their young for around 8 months and usually give birth in shallow water. Newborn calves, weighing close to 40 kilograms, are able to swim immediately and often nurse beneath the surface. From their first moments, they are protected within the close-knit structure of the herd, which can include dozens of individuals. Most disputes between hippos end when one challenger retreats, allowing these giants to maintain order within their domain. Powerful and heavily built, adult hippos face few natural threats. Even so, they are not entirely beyond danger. On rare occasions, large crocodiles or bold lions may attempt an attack, usually targeting the young. It is in these vulnerable calves that the illusion of absolute dominance reveals its most fragile point. One such calf had just entered the river behind its mother, still inexperienced and unaware of the hazards that lie ahead, when a vast shadow surged upward from the depths. water erupted into turmoil and the story was far from over. From the depths of the river, the mother hippo surged forward in an explosive display of force, transforming the Mara into a scene of chaos. She charged directly at the crocodile. Moments later, the reptile's motionless form was carried away by the muddy current. Raising her massive head, her eyes burned crimson in the fading light, a powerful symbol of the strength and instinctive bond of motherhood along the Mara. In this dangerous river, survival is shaped not only by physical power, but by the fierce determination to protect. It is this instinct that allows a seemingly peaceful grass-eating giant to defy the expectations of the wild. On this day, raw maternal force overcame a seasoned predator. As the sun slipped below the Serengeti horizon, the river reflected deep shades of red, echoing the constant balance between life and loss. Here, existence is bound by an unbreakable rule: one life ends so another may continue, and the cycle of nature moves forward without pause. If this journey through the untamed heart of the Mara River has moved you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. To hunt or to be hunted, this is the uncompromising rule that governs life in Botswana. Located in the heart of southern Africa, Botswana spreads across the land like a hidden jewel set within an immense desert. It is a place where ancient rhythms still shape everyday life, where nature remains raw, powerful, and largely untouched by time. Here, survival unfolds moment by moment. Every ecosystem is a world unto itself, rich with life yet shaped by constant struggle. Across the sunlit plains, a low, powerfully built figure moves with calm precision. Its coat is a mosaic of black, gold, and white, as if painted by chance. Large, rounded ears stand alert, scanning the air. This is the African wild dog, among the most efficient and persistent hunters on the continent. Their appearance is unmistakable, slender bodies designed for endurance, long legs built for distance, white-tipped tails used as visual signals, and oversized ears that capture the faintest sounds while helping release heat beneath the relentless sun. Wild dogs target prey that can truly test them, animals that are swift and agile, yet manageable in size. For these hunters, the impala is a perfect match. Its speed and sharp reflexes ensure that every pursuit becomes a contest of stamina, coordination, and intelligence. Today, the pack senses opportunity. A subtle sound carried on the breeze draws their attention. One by one, their focus shifts toward a distant point on the glowing horizon. There, a group of impalas grazes calmly on fresh grass. Their sleek forms shimmer with reddish-brown coats, pale underbellies smooth against the light. Dark markings curve gracefully along their flanks, while the dominant males stand tall, bearing crescent-shaped horns that arc nearly a meter in length, symbols of strength and defense. The impalas feed in steady rhythm, ears flicking, eyes watchful, yet unaware of the danger slowly approaching. Across the open land, the wild dog pack advances a choke. Their movement is effortless, their steps nearly soundless. Patterns of fur dissolve into grass and sunlight. No command is spoken. Each hunter holds position, breathing controlled, eyes fixed, an unseen net tightening around the herd. Then, with a glance from the lead dog, everything changes. The stillness shatters. The pack surges forward in perfect coordination. Within minutes, the chase is over. On the plains of Botswana, another chapter in the story of survival comes to a close, swift, unforgiving, and inevitable. And elsewhere on the savannah, high above the open plains, a group of vervet monkeys races through the crowns of towering acacia trees. Their pale gray fur glints in the sunlight, while dark faces bordered by bright white markings frame alert, watchful eyes. Though they are not a favored target for wild dogs, constant awareness is essential. In Botswana, even the smallest lapse in attention can be costly. When the wild dogs finish feeding, the pack gradually leaves the site behind. Their tracks remain etched into the dry ground, signaling the start of a new phase in their lives. The breeding season has begun. During this time, rival males compete intensely for mating rights, engaging in brief but forceful clashes that ripple across the plains. Only the strongest emerges with the opportunity to reproduce. After mating, the dominant female carries the next generation. Roughly 70 days later, she gives birth to tiny pups, their eyes opening for the first time. The responsibility of raising them is shared by the entire pack. Adults rotate duties guarding the den, providing food, and gradually introducing the young to the skills of the hunt. Even at this early stage, danger is ever present, and survival remains uncertain. As the pups grow, they begin to follow the adults, learning through observation how to trail prey, coordinate a chase, and work together as hunters. With each passing week, their confidence builds. Soon, the pack prepares to move once again across the open grasslands. Under the relentless sun, the wild dogs advance through tall, yellowed grass, each measured step stirring the scent of warm earth. but their progress is suddenly interrupted. Ahead stands a small yet remarkably bold adversary. From a safe distance, the pups watch closely as the adults assess the situation. Approaching from the opposite direction is a compact but imposing figure, the honey badger. With a slow, deliberate stride and unmistakable confidence, it moves forward alone. Known for its fearless nature, this solitary animal is notorious for challenging opponents many times its size. Caution is not part of its nature. As the heat shimmers above the plains, the wild dog pack spreads out, gradually narrowing the space between them and the intruder. Their focus never wavers. Teeth flash in the sunlight, powerful enough to deliver a crippling bite as tension builds, and the encounter edges toward its next decisive moment. At first glance, the honey badger seems vulnerable. The tension thickens. Without warning, the wild dog pack surges forward. For several charged minutes, they attempt to overpower the thick-skinned opponent, but their efforts prove futile. The encounter ends unexpectedly. One by one, the dogs disengage and fade back into the plains. In Botswana's harsh wilderness, even the smallest animal can challenge the confidence of elite predators. Unshaken, the honey badger strides away with unmistakable composure, vanishing into the brush as though no challenge had ever occurred. Despite its modest size, it carries the resolve of a seasoned fighter. Its compact build, coarse two-toned fur, and hide measuring several millimeters thick provide impressive protection against bites and even venom. Typically solitary or traveling in pairs, honey badgers roam tirelessly across Botswana's grasslands and wetlands. They breed throughout the year, often without the intense rivalry seen in many other species. After a gestation period of roughly 6 to 8 weeks, the female gives birth to 1 or 2 cubs. Survival is a constant test. Their diet is remarkably varied, Ranging from insects and small mammals to highly venomous snakes, prey few animals dare to confront. Following the tense standoff with the wild dogs, hunger soon draws the honey badger back into the open. What begins as a routine search for food is suddenly interrupted. Ahead, a sleek silhouette moves closer, a leopard, its golden coat patterned with dark rosettes. Built for stealth and explosive speed, this predator is famous for closing in without sound before striking with devastating precision. The atmosphere tightens. A low growl breaks the silence. Yet the honey badger stands firm, holding the same defiant posture it displayed earlier, as though its recent triumph has only reinforced its resolve. The leopard lowers its body, gliding forward with fluid, effortless steps. The honey badger continues its deliberate advance, eyes locked on the newcomer, unwavering and unafraid. Then in a flash, the leopard launches its attack. For a brief moment, victory seems within reach, but the situation shifts. Calculating the risk, the leopard chooses caution and withdraws from the encounter. Only as the predator melts back into the tall grass does the tension dissolve. Once again, on the unforgiving savanna, the small yet indomitable honey badger stands its ground, a quiet reminder that survival is not measured by size alone. As the seasons change, the grasslands shift in color and rhythm, announcing the arrival of the leopard's breeding season. During this period, males become highly competitive, engaging in intense confrontations as they defend territory and demonstrate speed, balance, and strength in an effort to attract a receptive female. For females, mating signals the beginning of a far more demanding phase. Once a partner is chosen, a pregnancy of around 3.5 months follows. When the time arrives, she gives birth to a small number of cubs, entering a solitary and vulnerable chapter of motherhood in a landscape filled with constant danger. As the weeks turn into months, the cubs begin their lives hidden from the world. From this moment on, their mother hunts not just to survive, but to sustain her growing family. The persistent hunger of her young pushes her to take greater risks and target larger prey. Leopards are expert solitary hunters, depending on stealth, precision, and explosive bursts of speed. Yet against the combined strength of a coordinated group, isolation can quickly become a disadvantage. One humid day on the plains of Botswana, fate shifts. A familiar scent drifts through the air, unmistakable and urgent. The presence of a pack, the promise of nourishment. Nearby, a group of African wild dogs rests briefly, recovering from earlier encounters and hunts. Fatigue dulls their awareness. None detect the dark form slipping silently through the vegetation, each step carefully placed, every movement concealed. The leopard halts, muscles tense, golden eyes fixed on her chosen target. A young pup strays slightly from the group, unaware of the danger closing in. In an instant, the leopard launches her attack fast, quiet, and precise. But the moment the pack senses loss, the response is immediate. The wild dogs surge forward together, their unity transforming shock into fierce resistance. The encounter is short and intense. Outnumbered and exposed, the leopard is forced to abandon the attempt, retreating before the situation turns fatal. Sharp alarm calls echo across the plains as the predator vanishes into the distance. In Botswana's unforgiving wilderness, strength alone does not ensure success. The leopard withdraws without a reward, while the wild dogs, though scarred by loss, succeed in defending their young. Here, survival is never free. Every life is balanced by sacrifice, and the cycle continues. Our journey across the perilous waters of the Mara River and through the vast plains of Botswana has revealed a world where wildlife exists on a constant edge. In these raw and untamed landscapes, every movement, every decision, and every crossing can determine whether life continues for another day or quietly fades under the timeless rules of nature. Along the Mara, the river stands as a ruthless dividing line, where bravery often comes at a heavy price. Beneath its dark currents, unseen dangers wait in silence. Reminding us that in the wild, survival is always earned. In Botswana, open grasslands and wetlands form a vast stage of strategy and endurance, a place of pursuit and evasion, where instinct and resilience shape every encounter between hunter and hunted. Here, nothing is certain. Survival is not granted, but won through awareness, strength, intelligence, and an unwavering drive to endure. Yet beyond the intensity of these struggles lies a greater truth. Even in its harshest moments, life remains extraordinary, fragile, resilient, and worth protecting. Safeguarding these ecosystems and the creatures within them ensures that this remarkable cycle of challenge, adaptation, and natural beauty can continue long into the future. If this journey into the heart of Africa has inspired you, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can continue exploring with us the world's wildest places, untold stories, and the hidden wonders of the animal kingdom. Across the vast and untamed landscapes of Africa lies a world where every day unfolds as a relentless struggle. Here, life follows nature's harshest laws, and survival is not a choice, but a necessity. On the open savannas where dust rises with every step and the wind carries the scent of danger, predators remain ever watchful, ready to strike at the slightest sign of weakness. At the same time, those who are hunted must summon all their strength and instinct to stay alive. This is a land where instinct, speed, and raw intensity merge into an unforgiving rhythm, where the boundary between life and death is as thin as a single breath. Welcome to Africa's wild kingdom, where every encounter has the potential to become an epic fight for survival. Along the majestic border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls rises as a towering wall of water, a place where nature displays its raw and untamed power. The thunder of countless tons of water plunging into the depths below creates a roar that can be heard for miles, while a dense mist drapes the landscape in an almost mystical veil. Yet this natural wonder is far more than a breathtaking sight. Surrounding the falls lies a vast ecological realm, a living sanctuary where life and death confront each other every single day. Within thick forests, riverine grasslands, and wetlands, relentless hunts unfold and tense encounters shape the rhythm of survival. Silent predators move through the shadows, while their prey advances with every sense on high alert. Victoria Falls stands not only as a natural icon, but as the heart of a wild stage where every creature fights to endure, guided solely by instinct, resilience, and the relentless laws of nature. Along the cliffs overlooking the roaring waterfall, a lush rainforest thrives, sustained by the constant mist rising from the cascade. This curtain of moisture creates a unique microclimate, with high humidity throughout the year. Within it grow rare tree species such as mahogany, ebony, ivory palm, and wild coconut. Vines and climbing plants wrap around towering trunks, weaving a dense, vibrant tapestry of green that fills the forest with life and color. This environment is ideal for one of Africa's most ancient hunters, the Nile crocodile. Lurking quietly along the water's edge, it waits with unwavering patience for the perfect moment to strike. The waters of Victoria Falls serve as an age-old refuge for these reptiles, whose lineage dates back nearly 80 million years, to a time when dinosaurs still ruled the earth. As one of the oldest living reptiles, the Nile crocodile possesses remarkable biological adaptations that allow it to thrive in freshwater habitats. Its range spans much of Africa, from the Nile River to the Congo and the Zambezi, with a strong presence around Mosioa Tunya. In this region, Nile crocodiles primarily inhabit the deeper stretches of the Zambezi River and nearby wetlands. An estimated 500 individuals occupy calm, slow-moving waters where ambush hunting is most effective. These reptiles are master predators, combining stealth, patience, and finely tuned physical traits to remain at the top of the food chain. A fully grown Nile crocodile typically measures between 3.3 and 4.8 meters in length and can weigh over 680 kilograms. Exceptional individuals may exceed 6 meters and approach a full ton. Their power and hunting efficiency are the result of millions of years of evolution. With large lungs and an efficient oxygen exchange system, they can stay submerged for extended periods, accessing zones beyond the reach of most other animals. During the rainy season, the Zambezi River becomes rich in prey, allowing crocodile populations to flourish. Their jaws can deliver a bite force of nearly 3,700 pounds, strong enough to crush the bones of large animals. Razor-sharp teeth, thick skin, and armored scales provide both protection and lethal effectiveness. One of their most infamous hunting techniques is the death roll, a violent spinning motion that overwhelms and subdues their prey. Beyond their fearsome reputation, Nile crocodiles play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance within Mosi-oa Tunya. As apex predators, they regulate populations of fish and grazing animals, preventing overpopulation and preserving ecosystem stability. By feeding on carrion, they also aid in natural decomposition, helping keep river systems clean. Their influence reaches from large mammals down to the smallest organisms, supporting a complex and interconnected food web. The Nile crocodile embodies not only raw natural power, but also the delicate balance of life itself. Its presence ensures that every species, great and small, continues to fulfill its role within the environment. Through its extraordinary survival strategies, the wildlife of Mosi-oa Tunya remains resilient, dynamic, and in harmony with the rhythms of nature. When the rainy season arrives, the Zambezi River swells into a powerful, life-filled artery. This is the time when hippos take full advantage of the rising waters, which support both their daily rhythms and their unique behaviors. Among the oldest mammals still alive today, hippos spend most daylight hours submerged, emerging after sunset to feed. Despite their calm appearance, they possess immense strength and formidable defensive abilities, making them some of Africa's most dangerous animals. Both hippos and Nile crocodiles are survivors of deep evolutionary time, carrying ancient biological traits that allow them to thrive in demanding environments. The hippo's lineage stretches back more than 55 million years and shares an unexpected evolutionary link with whales. Although perfectly adapted to fresh water, their bodies are designed for life both in water and on land, giving them a critical advantage in harsh and changing conditions. Within Mosi-oa Tunya, hippos gather primarily in the deeper sections of the Zambezi, especially during the wet season. As water levels rise, they gain greater freedom to move between rivers and surrounding wetlands. An estimated population of around 1,500 individuals inhabits this region, a sign of a relatively stable wild population. Throughout the rainy months, hippos remain submerged for long periods, sheltering from intense heat and reducing exposure to land-based threats. After nightfall, they leave the river and move toward flooded grasslands along the banks. A single adult can consume between 36 and 68 kilograms of grass in one night, enough to sustain its massive body. Their social structure becomes especially pronounced during this season. Groups are typically led by a dominant male, accompanied by several females and their young. Rival males frequently challenge one another for territory and status. Measuring between 3 and 5 meters in length and weighing up to 1,800 kilograms, hippos rank among the largest land mammals on Earth. Their jaws deliver a bite force of nearly 2,000 pounds, and their tusks reaching up to 50 centimeters are formidable weapons during confrontations. Their thick skin releases a reddish, oily substance often referred to as blood sweat. This secretion functions as a natural sunscreen and also has antibacterial properties that help prevent infection. Together, these adaptations provide not only survival, but a clear advantage against potential threats. Beyond their physical power, hippos play a crucial ecological role. Their waste enriches the river with essential nutrients, supporting aquatic plants and providing food for fish and other organisms. By moving daily between land and water, they create natural pathways that enhance ecological connectivity throughout the Zambezi system. Through these constant movements, hippos help sustain the balance and health of this vast river ecosystem. Lions are known as the kings of the African savanna, not only because of their imposing strength and commanding presence, but also due to their refined hunting strategies and remarkable teamwork. When every member of the pride fulfills its role, they hunt with exceptional efficiency, revealing a level of unity that transforms the group into a powerful force capable of overcoming the challenges of the wild. The lion's image as a ruler is built not solely on physical power, but on intelligence and seamless coordination within the pride. This balance of strength and cooperation makes the lion a lasting symbol of authority and wisdom in nature, and a clear example of how collective effort elevates the entire community. A lion's survival depends as much on social bonds as on raw power. Precise coordination and well-planned hunting tactics allow prides to confront a wide range of challenges. Unlike solitary predators, lions rely on a complex social structure, where cooperation is the foundation of their success. To understand the source of their legendary reputation as hunters, one must observe how every movement and shared tactic within the pride comes together to create extraordinary effectiveness. Each individual action contributes to a greater, unified strategy. Lions typically live in family-based prides composed of related females, their offspring, and a coalition of males. This social system provides both protection and hunting efficiency. While lionesses carry out most of the hunts, the males focus on defending territory and safeguarding the group. Teamwork during the hunt allows lions to employ advanced strategies that solitary hunters cannot match. They are opportunistic predators, most often targeting medium to large herbivores such as antelope, zebras, or buffalo. The choice of prey depends on availability, environmental conditions, and the size of the pride. Once a target is selected, the lionesses work together to execute a coordinated attack, blending stealth and ambush Every position is deliberate, every movement calculated. The combined effort of the group forms a hunting system that is both precise and formidable. Lionesses are masters of camouflage, blending into tall grass and dense vegetation to approach their prey unnoticed. These natural covers provide ideal conditions for stalking. As the moment of attack nears, the group may split into smaller units to encircle the target, cutting off escape routes and dramatically reducing the prey's chances of survival. When the chase begins, lionesses rely on short, explosive bursts of speed rather than long pursuits. These rapid accelerations are designed to close the distance quickly. Success depends not only on coordination, but on striking with perfect timing, where power, precision, and teamwork converge in a decisive moment of the hunt. At the end of a successful hunt, the entire pride gathers around the kill. The lionesses, as the primary hunters, feed first, followed by the males and then the cubs. This feeding order reflects the structured balance within lion society, where each individual has a defined role. The hunting behavior of lions stands as a powerful example of nature's intelligence and resilience, showing how cooperation and strategic planning drive success in the wild. Lions are not only formidable predators, but also members of a highly organized social system. Imagining life within a pride reveals an efficient method of sharing resources after each hunt. Lionesses eat first to replenish the energy they expend during the chase, ensuring the strength of the group. Males and cubs follow, reinforcing the stability and unity of the pride, where every member contributes to its survival and cohesion. Lions are capable of consuming remarkable amounts of food in a single feeding, sometimes reaching up to 15% of their body weight. This ability allows them to endure several days without hunting again. After feeding, they spend long hours resting, digesting their meal and strengthening social bonds through interaction. Even during these periods of rest, lions remain alert, constantly aware of potential threats to their territory. As apex predators, lions play a crucial role in preserving ecological balance. By regulating herbivore populations, they help maintain healthy vegetation and support the natural structure of grasslands and surrounding habitats. Despite their strength, lions face serious challenges, including habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, and illegal hunting. Conservation efforts that protect their environment and promote coexistence with local communities are essential to securing their future. Safeguarding lions in the landscapes they inhabit not only ensures the survival of the species, but also preserves the natural balance of ecosystems. Their presence reminds us that every component of the wild is interconnected, and that protecting one species helps sustain the entire web of life. Elephants, the largest land mammals on Earth, play a vital role in maintaining the ecological balance of Mosioa tunia. Their immense bodies demand vast amounts of food and water to remain active. An adult can consume nearly 140 kilograms of vegetation each day and drink up to 190 liters of water. During the rainy season, when grasslands are renewed and water sources become abundant, elephants expand their movements across great distances, traveling freely without the constant concern of dehydration. These journeys are driven by more than the search for food. They also reveal the elephant's extraordinary memory, which allows them to recall ancient pathways, safe corridors, and reliable water points, ensuring the survival of the entire herd. Long before the Zambezi River plunged into what is now the mighty waterfall, elephant herds crossed the river at natural passages along its banks. These crossings were essential links in their migratory routes, connecting multiple ecosystems and sustaining a continuous flow of life across the landscape. movement of elephant herds in Mosioatunya is not merely seasonal travel. It is a fundamental process within the ecosystem. As they advance, elephants carve natural corridors through dense vegetation, allowing sunlight to reach the ground, encouraging the growth of young trees and creating access routes for smaller animals. Their nutrient-rich dung acts as a natural fertilizer, supporting new plant growth and nourishing insects and microorganisms. For this reason, areas frequented by elephants often become hotspots of biodiversity, especially during the rainy months. When the Zambezi overflows in the wet season, elephants take full advantage of the plentiful water to cool their massive bodies. Their swimming ability is both powerful and graceful. They can cross wide stretches of river with ease, using their trunks as natural breathing tubes. As their ears flap above the surface and their tusks cut through the current, the scene captures a rare blend of calm and strength, an enduring symbol of the grandeur these giants bring to the African wilderness. During the rainy season, Angolan giraffes take full advantage of the surge in vegetation to meet their demanding dietary needs. An adult can consume between 22 and 34 kilograms of food each day, feeding mainly on leaves from trees such as acacia and mopane. Their long, flexible tongues, measuring up to 45-50 centimeters, allow them to skillfully wrap around branches and strip off foliage with ease, even when it is guarded by sharp thorns. Towering above the landscape, Angolan giraffes can browse vegetation far beyond the reach of other herbivores. Their remarkable height and elongated neck are the result of millions of years of evolution, shaping a species perfectly adapted to life in open savannas and woodland habitats. These traits provide a unique ecological advantage, reducing competition and allowing them to thrive where others cannot. In Mosioatunya, Angolan giraffes are most commonly found in grasslands and wooded areas near the Zambezi River, where tender leaves are plentiful during the wet season. The local population is estimated at around 150 to 200 individuals, typically moving in small groups of 5 to 15. By traveling together and following the rhythm of the rains, they make the most of the seasonal abundance that sustains their graceful presence in this dynamic landscape. Under a brilliant sky, herds of Burchell's zebras move gracefully across lush, rain-fed grasslands. In this region, their numbers range from roughly 500 to 700 individuals, descendants of African lineages shaped by millions of years of evolution. Their striking black and white stripes make them instantly recognizable. But these patterns serve more than beauty alone. They help deter biting insects such as tsetse flies, a vital advantage in tropical climates. No two zebras share the same stripe pattern. Each design is as unique as a human fingerprint, allowing individuals to be distinguished within the herd. Social living is at the core of a Burchell's zebra's life. A typical group consists of a dominant stallion, several mares, and their offspring. During the rainy season, multiple family units often merge into larger herds, increasing collective safety from predators. These gatherings are most common near reliable water sources along the Zambezi River, where fresh grass grows abundantly and the animals can graze and drink with greater security. Their survival depends heavily on teamwork. Burchell's zebras rely on unity and speed to confront danger. When a threat appears, the herd flees together, making sudden turns and unpredictable movements that confuse predators. They also communicate through calls, ear positions, and body signals to warn one another of approaching risk. With eyes positioned on the sides of their heads, zebras maintain a wide field of vision, enabling them to detect danger from afar across the open plains. Medium-sized but powerfully built, these zebras measure about 2.1 to 2.4 meters in length and stand 1.2 to 1.5 meters at the shoulder, weighing between 180 and 380 kilograms. Their strong yet flexible bodies are perfectly adapted for life in open savannas and woodlands. Supported by long legs and tough hooves, They can sprint at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, an essential skill for escaping predators such as African lions and leopards. Their impressive endurance and ability to sustain fast movement over long distances reflect a muscular build finely tuned by evolution. Which country are you watching this wildlife documentary from? Let us know in the comments below. During the rainy season in Mosi-oa-Tunya National Park, the landscape is reborn. Grasslands and woodlands recover their vitality, and the entire region transforms into a thriving stage where wildlife flourishes. Among the misty forests and the clear waters of the Zambezi River, the striking silhouette of the sable antelope emerges, a species that embodies power, endurance, and elegance. Its glossy dark coat and sweeping curved horns catch the morning light, making it one of the most commanding symbols of the African wilderness. Belonging to the genus Hippotragus, the sable antelope ranks among the largest and most impressive antelopes on the continent. Its evolutionary roots stretch back between 2 and 5 million years. A strongly built body, sturdy limbs, and long arched horns reaching up to 60 inches in adult males serve not only as formidable defenses against predators, but also as tools for maintaining dominance within the herd. Mature males display a deep black coat, while females and juveniles wear lighter brown tones, creating a clear visual contrast among group members. In Mosi-oa-Tunya, sable antelopes are most commonly found in open woodlands and riverine grasslands bordering the Zambezi. The rainy season provides an abundance of food, including fresh grasses, leaves, and bark. An adult typically consumes between 20 and 30 pounds of vegetation each day, to sustain a body weight ranging from 400 to 600 pounds. Current estimates suggest that between 200 and 300 individuals inhabit this area, a promising sign that reflects the success of ongoing conservation efforts. Herd structure plays a central role in the life of the sable antelope. A dominant male leads groups of 10 to 30 animals, guiding them toward areas of dense vegetation during the wet months while steering clear of drier zones. Their horns are not used solely for defense. They also help break branches, reach higher foliage, and clear paths through thick brush. Supported by powerful legs, sable antelopes can run long distances at sustained speeds, an essential advantage when escaping predators. Species like the sable antelope do more than survive, they thrive, thanks to physiological and behavioral adaptations finely tuned to their environment. Alongside Burchell's zebras, they form a crucial part of the local ecosystem, helping maintain ecological balance and showcasing the remarkable biodiversity of the region. The dark coat of dominant males blends seamlessly with forest shadows, providing natural camouflage. Meanwhile, younger or subordinate males periodically challenge the leader in intense horn-to-horn contests. These clashes rarely result in serious injury, yet they are vital for establishing hierarchy and preserving order within the herd. During the rainy season, the cliffs surrounding Victoria Falls become a dynamic stage where nature releases its full force. This dramatic landscape draws the attention of powerful birds of prey, such as the Varro's eagle and the peregrine falcon, circling high above in search of opportunity. Amid the constant thunder of cascading water, a much smaller figure appears: the klipspringer, a diminutive antelope renowned for its remarkable ability to leap across rocks and blend seamlessly into its surroundings. A member of the bovid family, the klipspringer traces its origins back millions of years. Over time, it has evolved to thrive in limestone outcrops and rugged vertical terrain. Its name, derived from Afrikaans and meaning rock jumper, perfectly describes its precise and agile movements across near vertical cliff faces. Narrow cracks and steep ledges become both refuge and escape routes, allowing this antelope to exploit habitats that are inaccessible to most terrestrial predators. Within Mosi-oa-Tunya National Park, klipspringers are most commonly found along the high cliffs near the falls and within rocky gorges. This environment offers an ideal balance of shelter, food, and safety. During the rainy months, the local population is estimated at around 150 to 200 individuals, a positive figure supported by effective habitat protection and conservation measures. Klipspringers typically live in pairs or small family groups. One individual often stands guard while the others feed or rest. At the first sign of danger, warning signals are given, and the group escapes in a series of rapid, controlled jumps across rocky outcrops. Their specialized hooves and exceptional balance allow them to grip tiny ledges and maintain stability on the narrowest surfaces, turning steep cliffs into safe havens. This behavior highlights the deep connection between each species and the environment. It inhabits a delicate balance in which every element supports the next. The klipspringer stands as a living example of nature's ingenuity, demonstrating how adaptation and precision can ensure survival in even the most unforgiving landscapes. As they move effortlessly across treacherous cliffs, the klipspringers seem to embody a simple truth of the wild. Survival demands agility, awareness, and courage. It is this silent dance between animal and environment that weaves a powerful story of resilience, growth, and life unfolding against the raw beauty of nature. Victoria Falls National Park is a place of striking beauty. The rainforest, nourished by the constant mist rising from the falls, flourishes along the eastern and southern cliffs, forming a dense green wall that seems alive with moisture and movement. This lush vegetation creates a rare and thriving ecosystem shaped by water, wind, and time. Within this rich environment, the southern white rhinoceros gathers across open grasslands and lightly wooded areas near the Zambezi River. Here, abundant water and vegetation provide ideal conditions for survival. During the rainy season, the river becomes more than a lifeline. It also creates natural mud wallows where rhinos roll to cool their massive bodies and shield their thick skin from biting insects. The population of southern white rhinos in the park is estimated at just 20 to 30 individuals. While small, this number reflects a major conservation success. Strict protection measures and constant monitoring have helped keep the population stable, a remarkable achievement for one of Africa's most threatened species. Built for grazing, these giants spend much of their day feeding on soft grasses that blanket the plains. Their broad, powerful lower jaws are perfectly adapted for cropping and grinding vegetation efficiently. In the rainy season, when fresh grass grows rapidly and water is plentiful, white rhinos are able to meet their nutritional needs with ease, maintaining the strength, resilience, and quiet presence that define these iconic guardians of the African landscape. African spoonbills glide gracefully across shallow waters, their pale silhouettes reflected on the calm surface. Members of the Threskiornithidae family, they share an ancient evolutionary lineage with herons and ibises. Their long, flattened bills, remarkably sensitive, are finely tuned tools, allowing them to detect prey even in murky water, a skill few birds can match. These spoonbills are capable of traveling considerable distances, making short seasonal movements in search of reliable wetlands, particularly during drier months. In Chobe National Park, they are most often seen across the floodplains of Sedudu Island and along the Chobe River. Here, abundant water during the rainy season provides both shelter and a steady supply of food, ensuring their continued survival. At this time of year, African spoonbills choose nesting sites close to shallow waters, safely removed from most predators. Their nests, built from twigs and branches, are usually placed in low trees or riverside shrubs. Each clutch typically contains 2 to 5 eggs, and both parents share the responsibility of incubation and caring for the young. Beyond their elegant appearance, African spoonbills play a vital ecological role. By feeding on small fish and aquatic insects, they help regulate populations that might otherwise grow unchecked. As they sweep their bills through the water, they stir the surface, improving oxygen circulation and supporting healthier aquatic conditions for countless other organisms. More than striking wetland birds, African spoonbills are quiet stewards of their environment. Every gentle movement across the water contributes to the balance of the ecosystem, illustrating nature's remarkable ability to sustain itself, where each species, no matter how graceful or subtle, serves a purpose that cannot be replaced. Across the vast African plains and sweeping savannas, life in the wild allows no pauses and offers no mercy. Each day brings a new struggle, where survival hinges on instinct, strength, and speed. Predators remain ever watchful, ready to strike at the slightest sign of weakness, while those pursued must rely on sharp awareness and courage to evade a deadly outcome. These relentless encounters remind us that nature follows uncompromising rules. Every species has its role. Every second carries weight, and survival is earned through endurance and determination. The African wilderness reveals a world where the daily fight for life is harsh and unforgiving, yet at the same time profoundly inspiring.